I am Eric Lima. Have no fear because EML77 TV is here. What's going on? Episode 369. What's happening here? Hey, I just watched on WWE The Bump. That's a new segment on WWE's YouTube channel. It started Caleb Braxton and some of the WWE insiders and whatnot. Matt Camp brought up an interesting question, and he's asking everybody if the King of the Ring 1999 handicap ladder match between the McMahons and Stone Cold Steve Austin with a briefcase of documents. Whoever grabs the documents gets full control of the WWE at that time. Now, as Austin was grabbing the briefcase went up. So you may think that there could be a repeat of Friday Night SmackDown to make things interesting between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. So Matt Camp still wants to know who yanked up that briefcase from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, as you know, when that happened, the McMahons continued to attack Austin. One of them retrieved the briefcase and won the match. Austin knew that was going to he was going to get screwed somehow, because his stipulation is any member of the corporate ministry interferes, the McMahons will be automatically disqualified, and Stone Cold Steve Austin gets 100% control of the company. But there was a stipulation by the McMahons where anybody can get involved in the match. It was anything goes. But there was a matchup, I think it happened before King of the Ring, a couple of weeks before King of the Ring in 1999. It was decided by Commissioner Shawn Michaels. They were arguing Stone Cold and McMahon's were arguing back and forth about which stipulation would be in place. And so Shawn Michaels goes, okay, we'll have a one-on-one matchup. Austin versus whoever you got in the corporate ministry. If Austin wins, his stipulation will be enforced. That means if any member of the corporate ministry interferes in the matchup, they will be automatically disqualified, and Stone Cold Steve Austin becomes sole owner of the World Wrestling Federation. At that time, the World Wrestling Federation. But if the representative of the McMahons win, then the McMahon stipulation will be enforced. That means anything goes in the matchup, basically. So Vince McMahon tried to book The Undertaker in that matchup. Shawn Michaels goes, no, I got him booked in the matchup. Shane McMahon tried to get Triple H to do the job. Shawn Michaels goes, nope, I got him in the match as well. What do you mean? Because Shawn Michaels says that the WWE World Wrestling Federation title will be on the line as Undertaker would defend it against Triple H that night. And then Vince McMahon says, okay, big boss man will be the one to kick Austin's butt. So that was fine with Austin. Austin won the match. And as a result, in a way, the McMahons fired the big boss man. This is my theory now. The McMahons knew that if any member of the corporate ministry gets involved, Austin's stipulation would be in full effect. So the McMahons knew this. So they probably had a backup plan. Fire the member of the corporate ministry that lost to Austin. You know where I'm going with this, right? So, as the match happened at King of the Ring, when Austin went for the briefcase pulled up. My answer to your question, Matt Camp, on hashtag WWE The Bump, who yanked up that briefcase? It was the big boss man. All right? It was the big boss man. Because you got to remember, he lost the match to Austin, where whoever wins that matchup, like I said, stipulation for the ladder match for the King of the Ring is decided. Austin beat boss man, so Austin's stipulation was up. Vince and Shane had a feeling this was going to happen. So they go with their own plan B. The little trump card they played. Where fire a member of the corporate ministry that lost to Austin, have that corporate ministry member go up on the rafters or control the hook that controls the briefcase and yank it up. Then yank it back down when the McMahons reach for it. The McMahons are pretty smart. I got to admit. Vince and Shane are pretty smart with that. But Austin kind of one-upped them, knowing that was going to happen some way. He knew he was going to get screwed somehow. So he said he took out an insurance policy where he booked before before the King of the Ring started, he booked himself the night after King of the Ring a title match against whoever the WWE champion could be. In that case, The Undertaker did retain the title against The Rock, thanks to Triple H. Austin knew about this, so wrote a contract for himself for a title match, a title rematch. So, in theory, this is my theory, it would be the Big Boss Man that yanked up the briefcase. Ironically, when the Big Boss Man came back after the McMahons were celebrating, he said, "I love you guys," and they welcomed back in the fold. The McMahons were very smart. They were very smart. They knew they were going to be in trouble. So they decided to do whatever it takes to make sure Austin is not getting a hold of that briefcase. So they knew about Austin's stipulation, so they said, "Okay, we can get around this." You don't think the McMahons had a plan? I mean, come on now. Sorry, Stone Cold, but you kind of knew that at least Stone Cold knew that was going to happen. Like he was going to get screwed some way. He probably didn't know that it was actually the Boss Man all along. But probably in the back of Austin's mind, he had a feeling he was going to get screwed. I mean, where else can you go, right? I saw it match it too. I went. So I kind of put two and two together. I said, okay. So let's recap my theory about Boss Man doing it. Austin and Boss Man in a matchup where whoever wins, their stipulation gets enforced in that King of the Ring ladder match in 1999. Boss Man loses to Austin. Boss Man gets fired by corporate ministry. Gets kicked out of the corporate ministry. Match happens. Briefcase gets yanked up when Austin went for it, but the McMahons retrieved it. Boss Man comes back to the corporate ministry after the McMahon's victory. That's my theory. That is my stinking theory on that. Are you kidding me? You think I'm lying? I don't know. Could it be someone else that's been there against Austin? Who knows? All I know is it was the Big Boss Man all along, because McMahon's knew. McMahon's worked their way around that stipulation. Trust me. If anybody could outsmart anybody, it's the McMahons. That's what I get out of it. So Matt Camp, my theory is the Big Boss Man all along was in the corporate ministry's back pocket. All they had to do was act like they fired Big Boss Man, and they probably went behind the scenes and said, "Hey, it's part of the plan. We know." Boss Man knew exactly what was going to happen. He knew. They probably told him, "Hey, have Austin beat you. We fire you," and then they knew. They knew. They always got a plan B. One thing about the McMahons, they always got a plan B. So, once again, who yanked up that briefcase when Austin went for it? The Big Boss Man. My opinion. That is my theory. So that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 369 is complete. It's going to be called According to Eric. That'll be the name of it, where I give out our theory. So on the last episode, past couple of episodes, I see that I've unboxed all these bad boys, would you believe it or not. Saturday Morning Childhood is right in here, and in more. Trust me, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Hope you are too. So, weekend's coming up, payday's coming, and we'll see what happens then. A lot of things happening. Well, we'll see. Friday night, SmackDown, 2 days away. But tonight, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, 8 o'clock on TNT. Check that out. And check out NXT on USA, 2-hour premiere. And they're going to kick it off with Matt Riddle, Adam Cole for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. And Seth Rollins on the bump says that Matt Riddle sucks. Oh boy. Could be another feud in the making. You'll never know what's going on in the WWE. I'm kind of looking forward to see what happens here. So, that's it. That's all the time we have on this show. God's blessings, life, love, and light to all of you. Pay attention. You might learn something. Catch you on the flip side. And remember, we cannot change our past, but we can change our present situations to work for a better future. Okay, that's it. Episode 369, According to Eric. I'll see you later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.